Hello. Hi. Welcome. Come on in. Come on in. We are here today celebrating the empath effect. Powerful stories of love, courage, and transformation. Woo, woo. People are comparing this book to Chicken Soup for the Soul, which I am super excited about. Yay. Oh, thank you. Thank you. My name is Alicia McBride. I am here with Reverend Matthew Thomas. We are going to chat a little bit about the empath effect today. Matthew is a co-author. He wrote an article in the book called An Abrupt Awakening. Very nice. Very nice. So Matthew, let me read you his bio. Reverend Matthew Thomas is a husband and father, U.S. Army veteran, Universal Life Church ordained minister, hedge druid, Reiki master teacher, master seer, clairvoyant, psychic artist, and of course, an empath. When this book was published, he resided in Fleetwood, Berks County, Pennsylvania. He serves the greater pagan community at large, providing instruction, personal spiritual counseling, rites of passage, and healing services. Reverend Thomas works as a healer of many facets, a Reiki master teacher and researcher of holistic energy healing. He began serving as a CNA in a hospital emergency room through the 2020 COVID-19 pandemic. Focusing his abilities as an empath, Reverend Thomas plans to eventually become an end-of-life chaplain in hospice care and author books on the subjects of practical spiritual growth in the 21st century and the physics of energy therapies and their practical value in modern medicine. Keep your eyes open for his first book entitled, Which One Am I? Very nice. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here and so happy I was able to be a part of the 22 crew, as we call ourselves.
That's right. I love that. The 22 crew. So Matthew said something super interesting to me a little while ago about the book in general. He said the book is should be a required read in the mental health industry. So I would love to talk about why you think that the book should be a required read for the mental health industry. What makes this so special?
Well, when people think of the word empath as a proper noun, they're thinking about something witchy or superpowers or clairvoyance and psychic ability, and this just well, I mean, it's true, but every human being has empathy, and to a varying degree. It's just those that we call empaths, or like in my chapter, I say, if the average person's levels are 1 to 10, then an empath is dialed up to 300 as a default setting. It just means we're extra super sensitive to many different things, which makes us occasionally a little flaky, timid, introverts, but everybody's empathy is very important to their personal identity and how they interact in the world. And if we don't get control of our own identity, if we don't figure out our own identity and get control of our emotional stability, then we're just wandering around aimlessly reacting to the things that are going on around us. And one of the sayings that I share in my book, I'm so personally attached to this thing. I only wrote one chapter, but it's all of our book.
It's your book. It's your book. That's fair.
One of my sayings is, it matters not what the world is doing, but what you are doing in the world. And reading this book and all of our stories, I think, is a must read for just about anybody. You will find something about yourself. You'll identify with different parts of each one of these stories, and it'll help you grow and figure yourself out. And so you're not just twisting the wind of what I refer to as the 7 billion minds and souls on this planet, just emotionally vomiting everywhere. Uh,
Oh, I use that too. I call it word vomit.
yeah, there you go. Not to get too graphic, but you know,
Oh my gosh.
it's an apt description.
Oh, well, I totally agree. I think when you like before you become an empowered empath, you're lost. You
Oh,
know,
you're like a hot mess.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm still a hot mess sometimes. It's certainly a journey and a healing, circle. You heal a whole bunch and then you come back and you're like, oh, that's not quite healed yet. Let's do that again. So yeah, but before you're aware, um, you're a hot mess. Your life is probably in shambles. You're falling apart at the seams. You're overwhelmed, you're exhausted, you probably have anxiety and depression, one or both, chronic fatigue. I've talked about that a bunch too. And you're you're lost, and you may be losing friends, like you may not have anybody to turn to. Um, it's not a good situation to be in. So I think like this book, books like this, I have a beginner empath group on Facebook that people love. It brings people together and it tells you that you're not alone, that these things are normal, that you don't have to be a hot mess and your life doesn't have to be in complete shambles, that there is hope, there's another way, and that you can be who you are and feel good about it, right?
Exactly. I mean, if we think about how we're growing up, and you get into grade school and middle school, it's the worst. And you're all the sounding boards for each other, and then the cliques start, and you want to be part of the thing, but you don't want to change, or you don't like who you're changing into in order to fit in. And it goes on through adulthood too, depending on what environment you're in. But that isn't growth. That's just assimilation. And I forgot my point, but
I've also said we're all just adult children, right?
yeah, yeah, and we're all still trying to figure it out, and it's an ongoing process. That's I feel life is a journey of emotional evolution to get ready for whatever that is next.
So we have some viewers here. I'd like to say hello to our viewers watching
Oh,
live. Thanks.
hello.
Thanks for being on here. Christy has commented. She says, word vomit. Yes, me too. LOL. She also says, yes, I agree. Everyone has the opportunity and has the ability, but to use it to a different degree. So we're born with it, but I believe, or it is what it is, we're embedded with. And I agree with that, Christy. I think we're born this way. We're genetically predisposed to be an empath. And then as our life unfolds, we either become empowered, or we become lost, or we completely shut down, and become like a wounded empath. I think wounded empaths show some narcissistic tendencies, even though I wouldn't call them narcissists. I would just say you're kind of a wounded empath. So yeah, I agree. I think we're born this way and then our life shapes us. What do you think, Matthew?
Oh, I completely agree. There in I'm not going to keep talking about my chapter, but because I want you to read it. But there are catalytic points in your life that have a great impact, that sets you in a certain direction. What you do in that direction is up to you, which would then determine what the next direction, cause and effect there. But there are certain things in our lives that are major course corrections for us and that are unavoidable, maybe even predestined if you believe in that sort of thing. And you just have to grow from it, or be destroyed by it. And I know so many people, and I meet so many people working in an emergency room now, which I decided to do as a predecessor to becoming a hospice chaplain, so I can get to know firsthand the environment and meeting people at their absolute worst moments, what's going through their heads and how they're feeling. Oh my God, I lost my train of thought again. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. You were talking about why you became a CRN.
The CNA. Oh, right. But why was I talking?
That's a good question.
This is something else you're going to find in empaths a lot is ADD. We're everywhere. We're all over the place. Our minds are constantly going. I don't know if any of us actually get a good night's sleep because our minds won't be quiet.
So, okay.
Yes. Okay.
Yesterday, or not yesterday, 2 days ago, I was talking to Dr. Nicole, who also has a chapter in the book, and we talked about her ability to stay in her own space, and it's unparalleled. I love it. I love being around her. I love her energy. I actually experienced healing after I interviewed her on Tuesday, which I found I've been experiencing healing after interviewing most of you guys, which has been fantastic. I want to keep doing this so I keep experiencing healing. So if I'm experiencing healing just by interviewing you, I know our audience is experiencing healing just by watching us. So I'm super excited about that. Talk about tangents. So I was talking to Dr. Nicole. Her ability to stay in her own space is fantastic. And I think that kind of thing helps with the like ADD and ADHD, to like bring your energy back in, right? Because I have like ADD tendencies. So my energy is way out here frequently. It's over here, it's over there, it's visiting somebody across the world. It's like checking in on people. It's everywhere. But that practice of bringing your energy back in and honing it and toning it down, especially before bedtime. I know that helps me sleep. Maybe it helps you sleep, maybe not. But that practice of like bringing it back to center and reeling it in, it's hard, but maybe it's helpful.
I just remembered what my point was earlier about when I started talking about becoming a CNA and learning the environment, but you just reminded me that to the question why this book is a must read in relation to the mental health field, and that is that a person's empathy level will have like ADD and things like that, an emotional signature sort of in relation to one's behaviors and anxieties. And reading this book, and I think a lot of people I know are going to take this book to their field and share it in like social work and things like that, so that we can get maybe a deeper understanding, and bring the empathic as a proper noun out of the mystical and into the science of understanding our psychology.
Everyday life.
Everyday life, yeah.
I love it. Well, I think we're going to wrap up here. So is there something that you would like to impart our audience with, a little nugget of information, a little piece of wisdom?
Well, I once ran into an old friend from high school who I hadn't seen a long time, and he goes, "Wow, man, when did you become wise? And I'm like, well, in all the time since I've seen you last, I've made a lot of mistakes. So that everything you go through is another lesson for you. And who you were when somebody last saw you isn't who you are now. It's just who they remember you as then. So be gentle with yourself and move forward at your own pace. It's your journey. There's no competition. It's not a race. Just take it day by day and one thing at a time. And another one of my sayings that I shared in the book is, don't sweat the little things, because a thing ain't a thing till it's a thing. And if there's, until the thing is a thing, there's no thing to worry about. So try not to make a mountain out of a molehill and super inflate things until you really understand what's happening.
I love that. And that's current. That is on point for for what's going on in the world today.
Exactly.
All right. Well, thank you, Matthew. So where can people find you? I know you have a Facebook page. It's at Rev Matthew.
Yeah, my public figure page, as they call it on Facebook, is at Reverend Matthew Thomas. Yeah, I think that's, where's my, I don't remember.
It is.
Where is it?
It is at Rev Matthew F. Thomas on Facebook. So if you would like to find Matthew on Facebook,
Yeah, that's it.
At Rev Matthew F. Thomas, and you can find him there. Well, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching live. That was wonderful. Thank you, Christy, for commenting. I really appreciate you being here. I appreciate you as an audience. I appreciate your love and support, right? Thanks for continuing to watch this. We're doing this for you. I know it's fun to talk to all these authors. I'm having a great time interviewing everybody, but I'm hoping that you're gaining healing and insight from watching these videos, because that's what this is all about. So thank you again. My name is Alicia McBride. You can find me at healinglightempath.com. This is Matthew Thomas. You can find him at Rev Matthew F. Thomas on Facebook. And thank you so much. We will catch you next time. Enjoy.